Hey there, taking a look at the Chapter 6 Pennies assignment. And we're going to start in this video by taking a look at how to properly build the data tables. And the data tables have to be set up in order to work. If you don't set up your worksheet properly, the data table won't work no matter how hard you try. So before you get to the step of actually doing the data table, you've already done the steps for setting up column D. And we set up column D so that it has this series of data, the 50,000, the 100,000, the 150,000, right, and so on. And so in this column, in column D, what we're saying is like, all of this data table, all of this that we're doing in Chapter 6 is we're playing these what-if games. What if monthly sales were only 50,000, right? What if we had a really bad month? Or what if we had a phenomenal month and we had $500,000 in sales? And so this data table is going to help us play this what-if game. What if sales change? What then what we're going to ask the data table to do is tell us what effect will that have on gross, which really, remember, the name gross applies to gross commission. If we have really good sales, then what effect does that have on gross commission? Also, what effect does it have on income taxes? Which is actually cell. We're just applying the name, but really what it's referring to is cell B9. And then we're saying for this data table, we're going to ask it to tell us, as monthly sales change, what effect will that have on net income, which we're using the name net, but it points to cell B10. Okay, now that we have all of that set up properly, now I'm going to select my range, which is D2 all the way through G13. And I'm going to go back to the instructions very quickly to take a look here. So I'm ready for the data table, step G. Complete a one variable data table by doing the following. Select the range D2 through G13. Just did that. Click Data tab, What If Analysis, and Data Table. And then it says, click in the column input cell box, and then select cell B2, and then click OK. All right, so I'm going to go back to my worksheet, and we're going to do those steps. Data tab, What If Analysis, Data Table. Here in the column input cell, we're going to select B2. And then just notice what's happening. What we're saying that we're going to ask it to change the variables by column, not by row, right? We have this set up in columns. And then the input that we want it to play with is here, monthly sales. Remember? Yeah, so we're saying what effect will the change in monthly sales have? All right, so click on B2. Notice that when you click on it, it turns into an absolute reference. That's perfect. It's what you want. Click OK. And here are our results. These are the results that you should see in your worksheet. If you don't, it means that the worksheet wasn't set up for the data table to work the way we wanted it to. And again, we're just looking at then, when monthly sales change, what effect does that have on gross commission, income taxes, and net incomes? And as business folks, we love this kind of what if stuff, right? Then our future's not a guessing game. We can see different variables and how they'll play out and make adjustments as needed. All right, so that's your data table. In the next video, we'll check out how to build the solver report.